I'm still cracking up at the Bert and Ernie photo because that is really us. I think it was Michelle Gatton who posted it last year, and then it came up in my memories today.
Well, what's the thing like? I don't remember. It's like a meme. There's something on it. I don't have that part of it, but
it's I will have to look.
No, here I'll grab it.
It says something about Ernie being ridiculous and Bert ignoring him.
It says, hold on. I mean, this is a great start to a show, guys. It says, Bert notices the hat, but chooses not to engage Ernie since he knows it'll lead to some ridiculous shit. So that's pretty much our relationship.
I'm Bert and she's Ernie. Yeah.
What's happening, everybody? I see Barb is in the chat. Barb, who for whatever reason has been banned from Facebook messaging for 30 days. She can still post on Facebook. She can still comment. She can still do everything. But for some reason, she just can't. I've never heard of that. I've heard of
she can't use Messenger for 30 days, which is so stupid. They said that she violated some community standards, which I think is ridiculous.
Yeah, but usually it's the other way around where it's like you can't post anything and you can't comment.
I get banned all the time because I say things like, if I told you I'd have to unalive you or whatever, and you're like quoting movies, and the meta bots pick you up and ban you for 30 days. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway, they don't understand satire. They don't understand joking.
Ridiculous. Anyway, I feel exhausted and I feel like we have so much stuff going on. By the way, guys, this is a regular Sunday show, Sunday live haul. Mm-hmm. I'm Katie. This is Vikki, aka Victoria, aka my wife, no longer my fiance.
I know you don't say that. It's weird. It sounds weird.
That you're my wife. Anyway, we've just been running around like crazy, and Vikki just told me like all this stuff that we have planned over the next couple of weeks, which already makes me tired. There's just so much to do. My sales are terrible, but you're having a great weekend.
2 weeks from today, we're going to be in Mexico on a boat.
Yeah. With Danica.
With our friend Danica.
So we're pretty excited. Diane's
in the chat. Diane is at the airport right now.
Is she? I don't know.
They're at the airport. Their flight has been delayed. So, I mean, she's got to be real bored to be tuning into this show. I'm sorry, Diane, but maybe we'll entertain you while you're being delayed. Well, I hope you have your headset here at earphones in while you're at the airport, because I would hate to think the entire airport is listening to this nonsense.
Yeah, well, I had just messaged Diane and Trish because they're hanging out in Ohio, and so I was messaging them to see if they missed us and what they were doing without us. But Michelle says, happy start of Katie's birthday week. It's true. It is my birthday week.
It is.
What's today? Today's the 16th. My birthday's on the 19th. So my birthday's on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Not really doing a whole lot for my birthday. Just doing a birthday dinner with a small group of local friends. Who's going to do Korean barbecue. I say, of course, because that's my fave. And it's the only time I can get Vikki to go is on my birthday.
I'll humor her on her birthday.
It's true. So that's what we're doing. That's pretty much the only thing we're doing for my birthday. I mean,
and he's probably not in the chat, but
today's
Low Life is today's Angel's birthday. Low Life, LV, Crystal's husband Angel. Today it's his birthday, and then Dana's birthday is
on the 18th
on Tuesday. Yep. Your birthday is Wednesday. It's a busy week. It's
all the coolest people are
and
born.
Susan's birthday is Friday.
See, all the coolest people are born in April. It's true. Sorry, you're a loser. June birthday.
I know, right? So, Vault. I like that name. That's a cool name. My next Whatnot show is actually at 4:30 today, so in about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, so we actually have to make sure we keep the show tight today. Last week, we were drinking mimosas. We went I think we went like almost 2.5 hours.
We did.
We need to keep it to a tight 90 minutes today, guys. I think we can handle it. Get done by 3:30.
Timothy's birthday is the 27th. Red's birthday is the 25th.
Everybody.
Apparently, everybody is born in April.
It's true.
See, me and Lori are Geminis. We're good.
I'm the very last day of Aries. But this is crazy. We went and did trivia on Tuesday night. Mm-hmm. We went and did trivia on Tuesday night with Britt and Jody and a couple of other people. And the bar that we went to, they had special cocktails for the different signs.
The zodiac signs.
Yeah, the zodiac signs. The Aries cocktail was Griselda, which, if you know, my dog Grizz, her name is actually Griselda. So the Aries cocktail was Griselda. I did not have one, so I'm sure there's going to be some sort of bad luck. But I thought that was pretty awesome that it was Aries was Griselda for my little Griselda Brown Silverberg. My poor old lady dog. She's so cute. Well, Megan is listening while enjoying an adult seltzer.
Very nice, very nice. It's a little early for us here. Normally, well, it's only because I'm doing a Whatnot show in 2.5 hours. We all know I was a little tipsy by the end of the show last week. I can't do Whatnot tipsy.
It's true.
Not happening.
But so the link is down below to Vikki's Whatnot show. So if you wouldn't mind coming and hanging out with us, we would love that. We are doing. I'm helping Vikki. I'm her IT person.
She's the IT person. She does all the starts. She does all the tech.
All Vikki has to do is stand in front of the camera and sell stuff. But I will be running it. But that's going to be at 4:30 PA Pacific, 7:30 Eastern.
And this is all 60s and 70s women's fashion. So this is kind of my my sweet spot. This is the stuff that I really like to sell. I did do one the other day. It was mostly 90s and Y2K stuff. There wasn't a lot of interest in the stuff. And I'm also, frankly, not super interested in it. So it didn't really go great. But I'm hoping today will be better. It's better stuff, a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
And I like it more. So
yeah. And then I'm doing a Whatnot on Tuesday, which I also have a link down below. Graphic t-shirts, a lot of t-shirts I picked up at the bins. I need to get some money coming in because, guys, when we get to the sales part of the sales numbers part of today's show, mine's like the worst it's been in a real long time. My numbers have been going up for the last couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden this week it's like it just. And Vikki's is doing much better this weekend. She's having a crazy weekend.
I'm having a good weekend, and I like better knock on something. I don't know, knock on my IKEA desk. It's not quite wood, but yeah.
So tell me what's so wild and Whatnot shows because we're desperate, man. No, we're trying to switch things up. We've been going to the bins a lot, so for me, I'm testing out the majority of the stuff that I'm going to be selling on Tuesday is not vintage, but there's some really cool t-shirts, which I'll show you some of them today. And I can get them so cheap that I'm going to see what happens. Like literally, if I'm buying something for less than $1 and I can flip it for $5, it's worth doing like a show every week or something like that. We'll see. Because the stuff is there. Like it's really easy for me to find cool stuff at the bins, just not like a lot of the vintage stuff that I like to actually list on the regular platforms. Because my problem with Whatnot before is I was pulling like a lot of stuff from my own inventory, vintage and stuff like that, and it just wasn't selling for high enough. So we'll see. It's an experiment. I need to figure out new ways to bring money, different ways of sourcing. I got to do it. I can't just sit around and wait for
right. I mean, I think
moment.
We've had some difficulties on the platforms lately, and I know it's not just us. I know a lot of you guys are feeling the pain as well. So Whatnot is a way to bring in some extra money. We were super into it more last year, last summer, and last fall. We were doing a lot more shows. I know Katy was doing a bunch. She did like 10 in 10 days or something like that, or 7 in 7 days. I don't remember, but she did a bunch. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I'm just going through a lot of my stuff that I'm putting into the show today is new stuff. So it's not like I'm just pulling my old crap that hasn't sold. A lot of it today is new stuff. Some of the items have not even been listed anywhere else. Some of them haven't been listed for more than a week or two. And, you know, it's some good low starts. And if it's the type of fashion you like to wear, you're going to get some great deals. If it's something you want to resell, there are a bunch of people here that have purchased from me and resold the stuff for more money because Whatnot is, let's face it, it's going to go cheaper there.
But we've got so much stuff going on. And then we're in the middle of trying to put away. Vikki has all these totes stuff that she had got like a month ago or so. And we finally need to get it all put away because it makes her overwhelmed and crazy. And so I was like, all right, let's do it. And so we started, but it's a huge mess, a huge disaster.
Yeah.
And we're about a third of the way through, but we still have a little, you know, we're probably going to work on it like a little bit each day. And in the next few days.
And over the next week or so, we're also going to start announcing. So Lori's in the chat. Those of you that have been here in the last couple of weeks, we've talked about put together some discount prices to just go on a cruise, like a reseller cruise, just a bunch of friends getting together. And Lori in the chat is a travel agent, and she has worked with me to get us some really good discount prices and group rates for those that want to join. We've been talking, I've been talking about cruises for the past 2 months because now we've been on one and she loved it, and we're going on another one in a couple of weeks. So there were people that were like, oh my God, I love cruises. I would love to do that. So I started talking with Molly from Consignment Chats. And as we were talking about this, Molly's like, why don't we just do a reseller cruise? And like, let's do it. Yep. So that's what we're going to do. I've got the prices and we've got some ways to book and we've got all the information, and I'm going to share it in our group. And then those of you that are interested can go ahead and book, and we'll go from there. It's not a money-making cruise. It's not a reseller cruise where there's going to be content or anything like that. It's just, hey, let's get together with some of our reseller friends that we may want to hang out with for a few days. And it's a pretty inexpensive way to travel. So that's
very, very true. But speaking of cruises, we have ours coming up in 2 weeks, and we got so much stuff going on. We got to get this reorganization done. Got to do our sales. And it's like, it's too much. And I feel like we had some people reaching out, me in town when we get together, which I'm excited about, but then I'm like, oh my gosh, we have like something planned almost every night.
I know.
Next week. And
like Sunny and Mikey, Sunny's in the chat there. Sunny and Mikey are doing some fashion show. I don't know the details about it. And that's one night this week that I said I would go. I've got to find out the details so I know where to show up.
So fancy.
And then there's the Trash to Cash podcast is in town next weekend. And they have organized a couple of days and some fun things like going to the bins. And then there's a night to go out and learn how to play craps or something. I don't even know. I just know we're going. We're going to go hang out and get to meet the guys. We've gotten to know Carrie, American Arbitrage, a little bit here. He lives in town, and I just love him. I think he's super sweet, and so is his wife. And
I just said arbitrage.
I know. I said it weird. Sorry. But we don't know the other two guys, so we're interested in meeting them and getting to know them. And I love going to meet and meeting up with resellers. So
that's true. Speaking of meeting up with resellers, I just said earlier we went to trivia with Jody and Britt, and then we got to hang out with Jody and Britt again yesterday when we went to, I don't remember what that thing was called. It wasn't called what you called it. It was something else. I don't know. Some sort of.
It wasn't the Great Junk Hunt. It was something like that. And someone just said we went to one yesterday. And like the Boss Reseller Cruise isn't really what it is. It's not a Boss thing. It's just hey,
we want to go on a cruise, and
we just happen to be resellers and want to have some of our reseller friends come join us. So it's not like our remix conference and stuff.
You shut up, Angel. You're not getting our dog.
I don't even care if it is your birthday.
By the way, guys, anybody who watches or follows any of the stuff with Crystal, Rosie, or Angel, LV, Low, was it Low Life?
It's right there.
Dang, damn it, the Low Life LV. Sorry, Angel.
Read it.
We had to drop off some stuff yesterday at their house, so we got to meet Mr. Sniffers. I'm pretty sure Mr. Sniffers wants to come live with me. Okay, Angel, and
Angel, we're not trading.
No, we're not trading. We're keeping them. We're keeping Mr. Sniffers, and we're keeping Ripley. That's the way it's going to be. Anyway, it's going to be awesome. And happy birthday to Angel for sure. Well, happy birthday up. Anyway, let's get into our show. Oh, dang nabbit. Who's ringing our doorbell? Somehow the dog's.
Here we go. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Dogs are going to lose their minds because someone rang the doorbell despite the no soliciting sign right on the door.
I don't even know who did it. There's nobody there. They ran.
Just some jerk, apparently.
Anywho, This is our regular Sunday show. We break it up into 3 parts. The first part, we look at our real numbers for the last week, gross numbers across all our platforms. We look at some of the costs, like shipping and fees, and of course, cost of goods. And then middle part of our show, we look at our sales highlights for last week, which is going to be real sad for me along with the first part of the show. And then the last part, we look at our haul for the last week. We did go to the bins a couple of days.
We did.
Someone gave me a whole bunch of really good stuff. Jennifer Allen, so I'll talk about that and give her a shout out later on. But we've got some stuff to share with you for sure. So let's go ahead.
Yeah, and Lori, feel free to go ahead and share the dates in there. We haven't, again, we're going to share all the information and let people do with it as they will. Molly, as I said, Molly from Consignment Chats is going to be helping me, get the word out there for people that want to go. And Lori did all the work for us in getting us these fantastic rates and getting everything reserved and pre-booked. So
you guys can hear us? I just realized the microphone's like way over there.
Can you guys hear us? Sorry.
Nobody said anything as far as I know. I guess I've just been yelling loudly.
Well, we talk loudly.
I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and look at our numbers.
Oh, did you see Kristen's comment? I'm downtown Denver eating brunch and wearing the coolest vintage Scotch sweater. So the first time we went to Denver into the bins, I found that in the bins, and we did a little bins challenge with Kristen, and she loved it so much that I gave it to her because it's really cool.
It is very, very cool. We're going to need to see a picture of that, Kristen, for sure. Okay, let's look at, I bet you look fierce, so fierce. Let's look at our numbers. Now, Vikki hasn't seen me. Now she's going to say some really hurtful things to me.
Oof.
Look at 9 eBay orders for the whole week. What happened?
I don't know.
I had a pretty good week last week.
You should retire.
Well, I feel like 1 week I shouldn't retire immediately. That's kind of ridiculous. But remember last week I actually was just at about 2,000 for eBay. And then it decided to just be like, no, you don't get to sell anything ever again. So 9 eBay orders, 4 Etsy orders, nothing Instagram private, 4 Grailed Macari, 17 outgoing orders the whole week. That is really, really real bad. $620.79 on eBay, $244.16 on Etsy, $265 on Grailed Macari, $1,129.95 total. Shipping, of course, is a lot lower, $85.58. Cost of goods, a lot lower, $160. So my net, $753.88. So sad. So ouch. Very sad. I know, real ouch. Didn't even quite hit 70 for my gross average sale price. So let's just rush on past this and let Vikki show her much more awesome numbers.
Well, I mean, okay, so this was I'm not going to complain. I'm not complaining this week. This was a halfway decent week. Sales have been so dismal that I'm pretty excited with this week. Okay. So, Trish is watching too. They must be real bored at the airport right now. So I had 33 orders on eBay, 4 on Etsy, 5 on Poshmark. So Etsy and Poshmark were dead for me this week. And then I had 4 on Macari and 19 on Whatnot. So they're added into the Macari order. So I had 65 total orders. 2304 with eBay.
Nice.
156 on Etsy. That's what I'm saying. Etsy went, I don't know what happened to Etsy to me this week. And same with Poshmark, 219 on Poshmark.
See, when we were talking to Crystal and Angel yesterday, they were saying that their Poshmark sales, both of them, because they have separate stores, their Poshmark sales were kicking butt and like better than even eBay.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. But anyway, right. So Macari, I mean, I did about $190 on my Poshmark sale. It wasn't quite worth the time, and the rest was Macari. So it's lumped under the Macari. So just over $3,000 in total gross sales for the week. I'm not going to complain. Like I said, $3,000, I'll take it. I'm happy with that. $289 shipping for everything. I did have a bunch of international orders, and I had a couple of heavy items. And then you'll see my breakdown of the rest of the fees. My cost of goods, $263. I did have a couple of higher priced items as my cost of goods, but still less than 10% of my gross sales. So my total net sales, just about $2,100. You can see the costs were fairly high. So my gross average sale price was a little bit low. I do like to have it between 50 and 60, and it was just over $46. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to take it. Like I said, it could have been worse, and it has been worse. It's been much worse.
It could have been worse. So did you see my numbers?
Yeah, it could have looked like yours. Could have been worse. Could have looked like Katy's. So not horrible. Not horrible. Not horrible. Right, there you go. Not horrible.
Not horrible. All right, let's go ahead and jump, for the sake of time, jump right into, get rid of this, looking at our sales highlights for this last week. You had a lot. I had to dig to get some real mediocre sales to show you guys. So what do you got here?
So this I grabbed at the bins at some point. I'm not quite sure how long I've had it, but I probably had it for about 6 months. I've said before, and I actually showed a vintage petticoat like this a couple of weeks ago from a bins haul. And it was like that burgundy color. One of the things I wanted to say is if you've got at least 2 layers or more, the more layers of the petticoat, the more money it's worth. I know it sounds weird, but it's true. So this is just a really pretty vintage pink petticoat. And I picked it at the bins. It probably weighs under a pound. It does weigh under a pound because of how I have it priced for shipping. So maybe I paid $1.80 for it. And it took a little while to sell, but it sold for $56. So, I mean, it's
nice.
don't discount the basics, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And you can buy petticoats for like $10 from Amazon, the cheap ones made in China that are nothing like these. So people will pay more money for good vintage stuff. Just because you can buy a replica for garbage doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to sell the true vintage stuff. Someone that wants it will find it.
Yeah.
It does look like it twirls real nice, doesn't it, Sandra?
Okay. My first one, okay, not a great sale. I've had this shirt for a very long time. Somebody made me, it was on sale for like $27.99 or something like that. Somebody made me an offer for $20. I accepted it because I'm like, I probably wouldn't even pick this up anymore. I'll sell it for $20. So I sell it. 4 days go by. I do not have my settings so that stuff gets automatically canceled if they don't pay in 4 days. Because a lot of times, I don't care enough, and a lot of times somebody will pay a little bit later, but whatever. I'll give them a little bit of extra time. I don't tell them that explicitly. I hope that they'll pay right away. Anyway, so I sent them a reminder like 5 days after it had sold and they hadn't paid. And they responded back, and they basically said, I will be paying for this on such and such a date, which was still like, I think it was tomorrow or something like that. And it was really irritating because
it was like 7 days after they bought it.
It was like they were just informing me that they would be paying for it way later as opposed to asking. Because listen, if somebody asks me, even if they ask me after they buy it, like I'll be a little irritated, but I'm like, whatever, I'll deal. It's fine. It was so irritating to me that I just canceled the sale, like I was not paid because I'm like,
you rage canceled
because I'm like,
did a Vikki. That's
I did, but it was a $20 sale, so I was like, which to be fair, yes, I could use all the sales I could get, but I was just so irritated, and I'm like, whatever. So of course they immediately messaged me, and they're like, well, I told you when I was going to pay, and you canceled this on me, and so I responded. I said, well, I accepted an offer of $20. And you needed to pay it within 4 days. And then they said, that's not true. So then I sent them, they also had immediately, because I had relisted it, immediately offered me $20 for the new listing. And so I sent them a screenshot where it says, accept this offer and your buyer will pay within 4 days. And they said, nope, not true. Even like I sent them that screenshot. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I basically said, I accepted your offer based on it being paid for in 2 days or in 4 days. And if you would still like to purchase it, you can go ahead and buy it for full price. And I declined their offer. So then I immediately got
a Vikki thing. That's a petty bitch thing that I would do.
Pretty much. So then I got an offer and for $25 from a different account. Now it turns out it was the same person using a different account. They offered $25, but you know what? I went ahead and accepted it. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, they're still, first of all, they still got the offer, whatever. I still canceled it. They're offering $5 more. Then they sent me a message saying that they'll be paying again. They'll be paying like tomorrow's date. They did end up paying this morning, or they paid yesterday, I think. So they did pay for it. I did get $5 more out of them, but I was just like so irritated.
You're gonna get a neg now.
Like, quit telling people, like, it's just so rude. It's so rude, guys. And it was definitely more than 4 days. And it's like I showed them the wording. They could have at least just said, "Oh, my bad." It's like, no, they were just like, "Nope, not true." Ugh. But I had to take the $25. I mean, I hate people. I don't need this shirt. There's no way I'm going to sell it for more than $25, if not even $20 to anyone else. I've had it long enough. But
I hate people.
I was mad.
So I think some people are here just to hear my rage story from the bins this morning. So we'll talk about that real quick before we get to the next thing. Okay, so we talked about this lady at the bins that just yells at people the whole freaking time, right? Same lady. She was quiet for like the last 2 weeks. I think
she got in trouble.
I thought maybe somebody gave her a talking to because she was actually soft spoken, and I hadn't heard her yelling the last several times I've been there. I was like, oh, either somebody started taking Prozac or she got a talking to, right?
Yeah.
Nope. I was wrong. Today she started all over again.
Well, and here's one of the reasons why it's so irritating is that, first of all, nobody wants to hear somebody yelling, right? The whole rules is different at every bins, but at our particular bins, there's like a red line down the center of the bins, and then they change out one side and they change out the other side. So while they're changing it out, when they're bringing them back in, you can't go. Everybody is supposed to stand behind the red line until everything's in place and they let you go. Well, there's a lot of people who don't bother. They kind of stand on the other side of it. And so she yells constantly, but they never do anything. So people still stand on the other side of the red line. People still go over and start poking around and grabbing stuff. And I'm like, kick people out. If you want them to follow rules, kick people out. Don't scream. It's like when you watch a parent yelling at their kids to stop doing something.
And then
but they never actually had discipline them or do anything about it.
Yeah.
So it just makes it so aggravating because she won't shut up. She doesn't actually do anything.
Screeching, screaming constantly.
The bins police, but without actually policing anything, just lots of yelling.
So then today she starts yelling again because, of course, I tune her out because, I mean, I'm not the one that she's yelling at because I shouldn't be because I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
And today she's screaming. Well, today she was yelling at me. She was yelling at me because I was standing with our friend Danielle and Katy, and we were standing to the side and while they were changing the bins behind something, talking. We were standing near a bunch of carts talking to each other while we were waiting for them.
We weren't by the bins.
We weren't anywhere near the bins. She's screaming for a solid 5 minutes, and then a bunch of the T-shirt bros are like, "Hey, she's yelling at you." And I was like, "Why is she yelling at me?" Because there was a bin that was parked near the door, a cart that was parked near the door. It wasn't my cart.
The emergency exit. Yeah, it wasn't our cart. It wasn't her cart. And I guess it was very, very important that no one. They're constantly like saying like don't park here and don't park there. Which makes sense. It's an emergency exit door. You shouldn't have anything parked in front.
Totally fine,
100%. But it wasn't our cart. And Vikki yelled. I don't even know what Vikki exactly said.
I don't yell. I remember either, but I was basically like, "Hey, it's not my effing cart."
Yeah, but the best part is all the T-shirt pros like literally went, "Ooh!"
You know when you used to do that when you got in trouble in school? Somebody in the classroom would be like, "Ooh, you're in trouble." Yeah. That was what it sounded like. All the T-shirt bros were like, "Ooh," and then I was cussing a blue streak the whole time as I was digging in the bin right after. So I was doing my usual F-bomb cussing.
Then like 15 minutes later, I look over, the same cart still in front of the emergency exit. So again, yelling and screeching, but apparently it wasn't that much of an emergency or that much of a problem because no one ever went over and moved the cart. It just got
I legit need to get her name because I need to report her like so far up.
Like they're not going to care. They're not going to care.
She's just rotten. She's just listen. It's going to come to blows one of these days. I'm telling you.
I told her if she gets kicked out, I'm still going by myself. So sorry about it. Anyway, so that was our fun today. Yeah, I did.
I'm going to knock her false teeth out one of these days.
It's just
going to happen.
Don't do it. Keep your chill, man. All right. Next up for you, what you got here? Oh, you already sold this. Nice.
Yeah, so I showed this in our haul. Actually, our friend Patty Rich pulled this when we did our big bins get together when the List Perfectly guys were all here. Just a few weeks ago. So she pulled this and she's like, "This looks like something you'd sell," and she was correct. So I probably paid $3 or $4 for this. And it sold very quickly. And there were several listed, I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to say. You don't need to race to the bottom because I had this listed as one of the highest priced because I had just listed it. And I expected that I would send some offers or it would go on sale at some point. But it sold at the full price within a couple of days. And there were a handful of others listed. So you never know. I love Holly Hobby. I'm a 70s child. So I tend to pick up Holly Hobby stuff, although it's not quite collectible as a lot of other things. So
Michelle's going to visit you in the pokey.
Thanks, Michelle.
Sandra, she is not going to be taking a weapon anywhere with her. That's a very poor idea. That is a very poor idea. No. Anyway, Crystal says she carries a sun. No, there be people dropping left and right if Vikki walks out the sun gun. It's never a good idea. Never a good idea.
I'm not allowed to have a weapon.
No, not a good idea.
Issues.
Her mouth was enough.
I have anger issues.
No, I've definitely told her, it's one thing if like if something happened where like somebody was attacking us and like Vikki fought back or something like that and ended up being arrested, that's one thing. If it's because she blows up and like gets in a fight with somebody and gets arrested, I've told her like I'm not bailing you out. I've already told her that she's got to rely on her other friends. Jody, it looks like you're gonna have to bail her out if you think it's funny. So because seriously, like I would not be spending
Noelle's Farm Girl Scavenger. She's like, I would have gotten kicked out. See, Noelle's scrappy like me. She's not taking anybody's crap.
I'm not either. Like I will fight back in the bins. I've yelled at people in the bins before, but I know how to be a little bit calculated about it. Somebody tried to steal my card a couple weeks ago, and I yelled at them. But yeah, you got to be careful with that stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like I will never throw elbows for something to buy at the bins. I couldn't care less. I don't get in there and fight. That's not my jam. I wait until everybody else goes and throws all the stuff everywhere, and then I go in and scoop up my stuff. I'm totally cool. Look, shop at the den. I'll stand back and let people race and throw things and do all that. I'm not getting into that fray. I couldn't care less. I find my stuff just fine. But yeah, man, I'm on top of you. This like she gets under my nerves, like under my skin, like I don't even know what. Like I can't even describe it. I haven't been in a fight in many, many years. Don't get me wrong. I am a civilized adult, but it takes everything I have. About that. It takes everything I don't know about
that. All right, we got to move on. We got to keep things moving here. Next up, this Where Reality Ends T-shirt 2000 Y2K. Honestly, I don't have anything good to say about it. It's got some staining. I sold it. I
don't have anything good to say on it.
Well, seriously, like I had to like scrape and scrap to find anything to show. I sold it for $40. I probably paid like $5 for it. So just I guess all I can say is raggedy T-shirts with interesting.
I mean, it's a cool
graphics. Then you can still sell them. So yeah, much. All right, next up for you.
This sold pretty quickly. This was a business find. I probably paid $1 for it. It's just vintage lingerie. It's exactly what it is. It's just a vintage, girdle shaper. And it sold within 24 hours. Now it's just a JCPenney brand. It's not like it's a super spendy or highly collectible vintage lingerie brand, but it's just a JCPenney brand, right place, right time. It sold within 24 hours and it sold for $80.
That's crazy.
And it went to Canada. So I did make a little bit of money on the international shipping as well. So that was pretty fast.
Yeah, you've got a lot of people in the chat who are ready to like help pay your bail and like send you money and come bail you out. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I feel like
I appreciate that because Katy won't. So I'm gonna have to call one of you people. Here's the thing. Crystal and Angel would come bail me out because they love me.
I won't bail her out if she gets arrested because she escalates the situation that doesn't need to be escalated. Because I personally, especially like if somebody's making me angry, the last thing I want to do is put myself in a position where I'm the one that goes to jail. Like you got to think long game here, guys.
See, Crystal says yes, we would. Yeah. See, she's my friend.
I know. You got to think long game here. You can't let your emotions in the moment ruin things for you. It's not good, man.
And Angel knows people, so I mean, he probably would be the first person I'd call.
That'd probably be a smart idea. Okay, this Garfield Colorado Buffaloes T-shirt. I haven't had this.
Why is Buffalo spelled like that? Is that how you spell Buffaloes?
Yes, it is how we've gone over this before.
It doesn't look right.
We've gone over this before. Would you rather they be called the Colorado Bison? Will that make it easier for you?
Yes, because Buffaloes does not look like it is spelled appropriately there.
Anyway, I actually haven't had this listed for all that long. If anybody's having somebody ask you about the screen being blurred, it's probably you. You might want to refresh your YouTube. Sometimes that helps. Or you can actually change like what resolution you have on. Anyway, but yeah, so I sent out offers for $50. Somebody accepted. I paid like $10 for this. I can always get some good for a nice college Garfield T-shirt. Garfield in general, but the college stuff is good. I like finding the college stuff.
Oh, and I guess it says Buffaloes on it spelled like that too. All right,
because that's how it's spelled.
I'm sorry, it doesn't look right to me.
It is how it's spelled. Go Buffaloes. Weird. I'm sorry.
Weird.
I'm sorry you don't know how to spell.
I don't know how to spell.
All right, next one for you.
I actually showed him in a haul maybe a couple weeks ago, but I also showed one that I sold before too. This I actually picked up at the bins in our bins day with Bliss perfectly too. Nice. And so I paid like $3 or $4 because he's big, he's heavy, he's 25 inches. And it sold for the price you see there. So I paid $5 for him. He sold within a week for $87.
That's ridiculous.
And he's just a plushie. He's really cute. He's soft and in great shape, but vintage. Toys R Us again, Animal Alley. That's the brand that Corey told me about. Our friend Corey told me about. I had not heard about it before. But it's a Toys R Us plush brand that is highly collectible, especially the bigger items. So
that's a pretty good deal. Nice. See the bins has some good stuff just waiting there for you.
Sometimes.
So I've been selling some of my movie soundtracks on vinyl and some of my Blu-rays and stuff. And so this is sold this week. Dead 2 soundtrack on vinyl.
I'm surprised you sold that one. This is one of your favorite movies.
Yeah, but I have like extra, like some of the stuff I have like doubles of, or I'm not listening to it or whatever, and it's like make some money on it. All right. Anyway, so it had an offer for $75. I paid like $25 when it came out, so I made money on it. If I'm not listening to it, then I might as well sell it. So, yeah, again, not very exciting, but
it's kind of cool.
Tell us about the creepy doll.
This is another bins find, creepy doll. Again, we talk about creepy dolls. I have a couple of creepy dolls, I think, here. I think maybe. I don't know. I think this might be the only one. This one is just what it says, 1970s ideal. It's a baby Chrissy doll. Her hair grows. It's, I did take a best offer on this one. I sold it for $70 plus shipping. But again, I probably paid $4 and it wasn't listed very long, just a few weeks.
All right. Not too shabby. My best sale of the week was this Boston Bruins sweater, dead stock, new with tags. Somebody sent an offer for $100 and I was happy to take that. I think I paid like $30 for it originally. I've had it for a little while. So 30 into 100, it's not a bad flip.
That's a nice sweater.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. It's not a clip angle, but I always like the pro sports sweaters, especially the clip angle ones. This is just I don't know what brand it is. Sturbridge by Roosevelt. But yeah, paid $30 for it and flipped it for $100.
Very nice.
All right.
Very nice. Yes. So a couple of weeks ago during our live show, I had accepted an offer on these. And everybody saw they were on sale, and I got an offer, and the offer was like $45. They were on sale for $55. I accepted the offer. They didn't pay. Half of the eBay jerks. So they had never paid for them. So they, after 4 days, they get relisted, and someone bought them this week at full price.
Nice.
$89.95 plus $12.95 shipping. So, okay, thank you for not paying, because this person paid and they already received them, and there we go. And they're women's. That's the thing. Red Wing boots are always worth picking up, but this is a size 8.5 women's. Right. So that's really small. Even though Red Wing boots are pretty unisex, nobody's picking these up like for a man to wear in a size 6.5. You know what I mean? So 8.5 women's is fairly small for men's shoes, but it's a normal average size for women. But steel toe work boots obviously are going to be geared more towards men picking them up and wearing them for work and stuff. So, is not a super desirable size or style for what it is. So I'm pretty happy to sell them at full price.
Yep. All right. Here's a sad sale I had on Etsy. I'm just going to talk about my sad sale.
A sad sale I had on Etsy.
Ocean Paradise, kind of surfer tank top. It's on the jerseys tag.
USA jerseys tag.
Yep, I probably paid like $5 for this. Sold it for $43.19. By the way, the whole offers being allowed on Etsy, it started on April 5th. I haven't had any.
I've had three offers, and not a single one has resulted in a sale yet.
Yeah, they do. It's like, I don't know if they just didn't bother looking at any other sales platform and how they do offers, because it's real funky the way they have it set up. It's like somebody sends you an offer and you click on this thing. First of all, you have to be on your desktop, I believe.
No, right? I did it on my phone.
You did it on your phone, but it doesn't
do it in the app. I think it reverts to your desktop.
Yeah, I don't think you can do it in app. And then it's like this weird thing where it's like you click on it and then it wants you to discount price. It doesn't do like, accept counter offer, blah, blah. It just says discount price. So we were like, well, what does that even mean? Like, what?
Yeah, the first time I got in, I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, so basically what it is, if somebody sends you an offer for, let's say they send you an offer for $50. You go to this thing and basically you can click on discount price and you can put in $50, which means that you accept. And then I don't know what happens after that.
It sends a message. It sends a message.
Or you could put a different price in and click this. It's just weird. It's like, why?
It's funky. It doesn't
make any sense. It's not intuitive.
I was just saying it's not intuitive. Those are the words I was going to use. Yeah, I had to play around with it a little bit. And now I get it, but it's not, again, I've done it 3 times and it hasn't resulted in a sale yet. Yeah. So whatever.
You can look at either mine or Vikki's store. It's on both of our listings. I just haven't gotten any yet. So anyway, next up.
This is another interesting sale. So I sold this exact comforter on Etsy for this price, $129.95, back in August or September. I shipped it internationally and it came back. And it came back this week. So you know how so I just relisted it. customer never contacted me. You know how when something gets lost internationally and it comes back to you, it comes back months later, and you've never heard anything from the customer? So I don't know. Do these people die in between, or they order so much stuff that they don't notice, or I don't really know what the deal is. However, I have now sold this exact item twice for $129.95 both times. And so that means I've sold this item for $260 that I paid just just a few dollars for from the bins. So like I said, I've had this nobody ever contacted me. It's not like I'm giving them a refund from Etsy. They never contacted me. It's 7 months later. So I just relisted it and resold it.
Nice.
So thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Next up, I have this Bobby Brown t-shirt. This is like it was like some sort of, what do they call it? Budweiser Superfest, 10th annual Budweiser Superfest. And this has, there were different artists that were there, like Bobby Brown, Patti LaBelle, Stephanie Mills.
It seems like an odd mixture of people, Patti LaBelle and Bobby Brown.
I don't know. I sold it for $62.99, and I paid $20 for it. So,
it's pretty good. Pretty good. So Turtle Bug Inc. has some good news in the chat. Congratulations.
Nice.
I will be praying for you and hoping that everything takes. That's awesome news. That's awesome news.
Very, very cool. Congrats.
Bring a new reseller into the world. That's exactly what we need.
Very cool. All right, next up for you.
So this was listed for maybe a little over a week or so. I purchased this actually during consignment chats or Conchi chats when they did a fundraising sale when they were trying to raise money for Diane's Fearless Living Fund. And I believe I paid $45 for this all in. And I had it listed. I knew what it was, and I got a good deal at $45, but that's more than I normally pay for stuff. But obviously it went for a good cause. So I paid about $45 for this. I got it. I listed it. It's beautiful. And it sold for the price you see there within about a week and a half. So it sold for $131.21. It was on sale. It's a pretty Bakelite carved bracelet. Customer already left positive feedback. They loved it. So
very cool. Nice. Raising some money for Diane and making some money too.
Yeah, it was a good deal. It was a good item.
All right. Next up, this mediocre, really okay grilled sale. This is League of Their Own t-shirt. I think I got this in Colorado, so I paid what my average was like $6 to $8 per piece of everything I bought in Colorado. League of Their Own. It's not like a high selling item. There's plenty of them out there. And so somebody wanted, I think I had it worked down to like $79, and somebody messaged me and said, would you take 50 shipped? And I was like, yeah, I'll take 50 shipped. So sold it. That's about it.
Sandra, I have missed you in the chat with all of your music comments. It's like Whitney said, I believe that you know the future. Teach them reselling well and let them lead the way.
I feel like you could probably work on that.
I think, I could probably fix the timing on that one.
All right.
Liz, if you're still in the chat, you are going to recognize this. This I pulled out of the bin it was not the big bins in Denver. It was one of the smaller bins that she and I went to in Colorado. Picked this out, and it had a hole in the sleeve, and Crystal fixed the hole in the sleeve. And yeah, I had this listed. I've had it listed for, not even a month. I probably could have held out for more, but I had
your Aurora bins.
Your Aurora bins, yes, thank you. I could have held out for more, but I got an offer for $185, and I paid like $5 for it.
Yeah.
So yes, it was the first thing I picked up when I got off the plane. So
that's awesome.
So I sold it for $185 plus international shipping. They paid international shipping, so I probably made at least $10 in shipping.
That's awesome.
So it sold quickly, and I'm happy with that sale. I'm happy with any sales lately, to be fair.
I know. I'd be happy with more sales. All right, this is my last one. So this sold on Mercari. I only had this listed for maybe a week or so. I'm putting this up here because it's not vintage. It's just a Nike sweatshirt. It's not the there are some Nike hoodies that sell for a lot of money. This is not one of them. The one that has like the center swoosh, but there's a couple of other ones, but especially the center swoosh. So this is not like a highly sought after or anything like that. It's just a decent
center swoosh is the Travis Scott thing.
Yeah.
Right? Travis Scott.
Yeah. And so I got this to the bins. So maybe basically I paid $3 for it and sold it for 40, like 40. And I was like, I'm like, I have no emotional attachment to this.
Nothing special.
It's just a regular non-vintage hoodie. So for $40. I have noticed like my inventory of hoodies has like grown tenfold in the last couple of weeks because I swear
that's all we're finding.
I swear there's so many hoodies at the bin, so many hoodies. I've had to be like a little bit more careful about which ones I grab. But even then, I still find them ones that are worth picking up, and I'm like, I'm gonna have like a whole section of bins that's just for hoodies. It's ridiculous. I don't know if like the bins is where hoodies go to die. Apparently,
no. Well, that sounds like something I would do. She said apparently the weekend was long. Just realized I have my pants on backwards and went out to an estate sale and in public. I mean, it happens.
I mean, I'm assuming they're just like pull-on pants as opposed to like buttoned pants because I feel like that'd be quite difficult.
Kind of hard to zip them.
You're zipping their ass, you wouldn't notice. Anyway, yeah. So there's, I mean, seriously, like honestly, if I wanted to completely change my kind of like how I do things, I mean, I'd have to do higher volume for sure. But I definitely can see how you can make a living just like hitting the bins. You probably have to do it every day. And really be like pushing and list a lot more. But there's stuff there that's wanting to be sold. And apparently Vikki gets all the high dollar ones.
Well, this actually came as my buyout. I bought out another reseller's inventory. We talked about this a few weeks ago. I bought over 600 pieces. She was moving. And this happened to be the only non-clothing item in her inventory that I purchased. Her husband is a DJ, actually. So these were practically new, and apparently they're high-end DJ strobe lights or whatever. I don't even know what the heck it is. It says it in the title. This was her listing, right? But I had them listed. Again, nothing has been listed for more than a couple of weeks. And I got a best offer for $300 on these. And they actually shipped to California. So the shipping was only $25. So I made $325 total on this sale. And I paid on average for everything I purchased $3 an item of curiosity. So this is the highest ROI. I don't have anything else that's worth this. The rest of the stuff is.
And it was actually really easy to ship because like you thought at first you were going to need help packaging it, but it actually was really easy.
Yeah, they're 4 tiny
because these lights, like they're collapsible. You can see like how it has they collapse flat. Mm-hmm. So all she really had to do was like wrap each one individually. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I wrapped each one very, very carefully individually. And
yeah, but because they were all separate and they were pretty lightweight, it wasn't like a super cumbersome, difficult thing to package up. So, yeah, good deal. I was able to get out of having to help.
Exactly, you didn't even have to help.
Awkward. But okay, so look at that. We still have like 42 minutes to do our haul and be done by 3:30. Not too bad. We blasted right on through that. But so for sourcing this week, we went on Tuesday to the bins.
Yep.
And we did I put out a little video. That's the other thing. We're working on trying to do more videos. I know Vikki really likes it when we do the pre-recorded videos and put them on our channel. It's nice. It is nice to have some like shorter content. It's not just these live shows that go on for 500 years. So I am trying. I mean, just kind of, I get to where it's like, I hate having to edit everything, but it's not that big of a deal. You know, sourcing a little bit. I do have a bigger video. I took a bunch of video yesterday and also today at the bins. So I'm going to put that out tomorrow and I'm going to take a little longer to put together, but our shenanigans and fun that we had at the yesterday and all that. Anywho, so we did go to the bins, and you found some pretty good stuff this week, didn't you?
I did find some pretty good stuff this week. So, want to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So first, I found this today, and I want to ask all of my super knowledgeable friends in the chat here. This is an Hermes tie. This is a silk tie, and it's super stained. I grabbed it because it was from the bins, right? So it was like 50 cents. But look, it's silk and it's really stained. How should I try to clean this is my question, because it's silk. I mean, obviously I'm not going to take it to the dry cleaner. I'm just going to try to do whatever to it, but can I wash silk with like light in the sink and try to get that out? I don't know.
We'll see somebody in the chat give you some advice. So Rebecca says, remembering that I bought my first ring light after watching Katy Vikki's with a discount link. That was the week I started selling on eBay. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Very, very cool. So how long ago was that? How are you doing on eBay now?
Years ago, I would say.
So Angel's the first one to give you an answer. He says soak it in baking soda. I don't know. Susan says dry clean.
Yeah, I mean, I can take it to the dry cleaner, but I have those little dry cleaning cloths. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna look at these things in a minute. So spot clean silk. I don't know if I can spot clean it. It's a huge stain.
With Folex.
I have Folex. It's a rug cleaner.
Interesting.
Works in a lot of stuff. Anyway, so I grabbed this to bins. I think this will probably sell for like $75 or so. This is a vintage made in the USA, Oshkosh. It's not overalls. It's just a cute little like pink and white plaid dress. It's like a size 6 though, which is nice instead of it being like it's not toddler size. It's not infant size. So, I think I can get $75 for it. It was pretty dirty. It's nice and clean now. It's very cute.
Interesting.
Let's see. I'm going to try all the things probably, or at least one of the things. I haven't even looked it up yet. I was going to wash it by hand. That was my whole point. Yeah, no, well, that was what I was going to do, is just wash it by hand in the sink. I mean, that's what I do with most things. I just don't normally wash silk.
And Susan says, next to Village Pub, there's a To Anything dry clean. I don't know. To Anything is the name of it. We've been having a hard time finding a good dry cleaner here that doesn't charge you $500.
I know we had good ones.
They're so expensive now. I think they've all like raised the prices like crazy.
Like everything and everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I grabbed this. This was a real cute, like vintage nylon, like one-piece pajamas.
Oh,
so these are
pajama jumper.
Yeah, it's like a little jumpsuit. It's got lace down the sides. It's that pretty, turquoise color. With some lace accent, and it's a bigger size, which is nice. It's not like a sub-zero. This is like a solid medium, maybe even a large. Yeah, it says large. I think the straps are a little stretched out. This elastic on these straps is a little stretched out, but worst case, you could cut these and tie them. They're long enough that you could make them like a little, tie them in a little bow. Anyway, they're really pretty. It's cute. I'll probably sell this for like $75. It probably cost me 50 cents.
Rebecca says it's been 3 years that she's been selling on eBay now, and she loves reselling in this community. That's awesome.
Oh, great. That's awesome. Happy 3 years. Let's see. This is again, everything's from the bins. So this is vintage. This is actually semi-sheer. This is very 70s. It is a black, it's all sequins, you can see. And you can also see that it's kind of sheer, right? So you can kind of see the shirt and stuff through it. It has these really fun, like bell sleeves. Rear metal zipper and like kind of a fitted skirt, but it's like a little bit of a trumpet skirt.
Fancy.
It needs some sewing on one seam. There's one seam that has some separation, but it's an easy thing. It's not a pull. It's just a seam repair. So again, I'll probably sell this for, maybe $75. It's really pretty.
We need to find this dry cleaner that's close to here that Susan's talking about. It was $2 anything you bring in. I mean, I'm sure they've raised the price, but
that used to be the one that was on Windmill and Greenville, Windmill and Eastern, same thing. But
we need to figure out which one that is.
They raised their prices.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if it's $3 or $4. I mean, seriously, like this, we've been taking them to places where it's like, oh, this is a dress, $10. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a vintage swim cover up, like a little swim skirt, a little sarong, vintage 80s, bright like rainbow colors, and it's vintage made in the USA, Catalina. Very cute. I may actually wear this one myself. It kind of will go over any color bathing suit. I'm gonna take it on the cruise. I'm not taking it on the cruise. Let's see. Basic vintage. This is vintage 70s, maybe early 80s. Just a muted kind of rainbow sweater vest, women's sweater vest. Nothing fantastic, but like it's cute. Probably $30.
Are you librarian?
Look. Yeah, a little bit.
Put your hair up, glasses on.
So this is, I've got to clean this, but I love it. So this is made in the USA, very 80s. It might even be like early 90s, but it's a denim skirt. It's got like the top of it is like the denim.
Like denim jeans.
Like denim jeans. And then the bottom is like a multi-tier kind of like Western skirt, right? So it's got like this prairie look to it. Lace on the bottom and kind of just this white cotton here. But the skirt has a bunch of spots. So I'm going to try to clean it. It's very Western, kind of like gunny sacks. Yeah, kind of not really login look because that's, I know what you're saying. But yeah, it's more like a country cottage core.
Yeah.
So no specific great name or anything like that, but I'm thinking I can get at least $60 out of it if I can. Oh, Crest. This is the brand Crest. It's nothing fantastic. But I should be able to get at least $60 out of it. It's actually a very fun skirt. I would wear it. I like it.
I think somebody should wear that with the sweatshirt that has the jean parts on it. You think that go well together?
No. All right, and then this came out in the same bins, and it's the same colors. I'm not sure that it's meant to be a set, but I'm definitely selling it as a set. So we've got some little polyester, double knit polyester, 70s, elastic waist, little shorts. They're this like bright green, like apple green with white polka dots. And then there was this sheer top, which is the same era.
And the green is identical.
And the green is the same color. So yeah, I'm gonna sell this as a set. And it's got this weird, the same color green piping, and then this is like terry cloth right here. So very 60s and 70s. The top itself has a couple of holes. It has a couple of issues. So it's really, I don't know what the hell you wear that over. A bathing suit top? I don't know, but it looks like it goes together. So
wow.
$50 or so for the set. I think it's interesting. Let's see. I'm in love with this. I wish it was the whole set. I hate buying kids' clothes, but sometimes when they're really cute, I can't help it. So these are vintage Sears boys, 1960s, maybe early 70s pajamas. It's the pajama top.
Oh, they're cute.
But look at this. It's got all the little baseball teams on it. So
really cute.
It has little baseball players, and it has like White Sox, the Brewers, the Tigers, the Astros, the Expos, the Cubs, the Phillies, the Giants. It's like really, really cute. Now, what I envision is this may not be something that someone is going to put on their kid to wear, but if you have a baseball themed bedroom for your little boy or your child, I could see that somebody buying this and framing it and putting it in a shadow box on the wall as a decoration because it's just so stinking cute. So anyway, I love it. Let's see. I picked up this morning at the bins. This is real fur. I think it's probably rabbit fur. It's just a rabbit fur bucket hat and kind of a little scarf. And it is.
Can you put your hands in it?
No, it's the kind that it's got a hole, so like it would wrap around your neck, and you'd do like this.
Oh, fancy!
Instead of trying to put it in a knot.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can find the tag. I did find the tag earlier, and now I can't find it.
Yeah, I mean that wouldn't be keyword spamming to put the teams. The teams are on the shirt, so it's not keyword spamming.
Anyway, okay, now I can't find the brand, so sorry. But it is a vintage. It's not vintage. It's current, but it's like rabbit fur. It's pretty. Like maybe $30-$40 for the set. I did find a bunch of vintage sweaters both Tuesday and today, and I'm gonna just go through them real quick because there's like one of them is a big banger, and then the rest of them are kind of like meh, mediocre. Bread and butter stuff, $30-$40. Michael Gerald is the brand for the men's sweaters. These are just the men's 80s.
I like the pattern of that, though.
Yeah, men's 80s sweaters, $30-$40. That's one. Same brand. Another one. It's just got like a mishmash of colors in it. They're in good shape. There's another one. They're all 80s. I've got a couple of women's. And these are also 80s. This one's pretty. Nice bright turtleneck sweater, 80s women's. Again, these are bread and butter pieces. Not going to go for a ton. This one is a really pretty 80s. It's like a little lavender with some, I don't know, I think it's supposed to be snowflakes on it, lavender and white. The color's a little washed out because of our walls. Sorry about that.
I mean, it's pretty light.
And then this is one of my main pieces. I found this today.
Oh my, you guys, I'm so jealous of this piece. I told her if I had found it, even though it's women's, there's no way I would have handed it over. I would have kept it for myself to sell myself because it's that amazing. I'm super
This
jealous.
is my favorite thing I've found in a while. Okay. So this is vintage 80s.
Look at Kristen's still here. Rural Squirrel still in the chat because I think
Kristen
you are going to
die. Get a kick out of this.
You're going to die.
So vintage 80s acrylic sweater dress made in the USA. Look at this.
Look at it.
It has pizza on it. So this would be what we call a novelty sweater. Novelty sweaters, especially vintage novelty sweaters, are super hot right now. They're very collectible. I'm going to list this for probably $200 or so.
Look at the little mushrooms.
It's really stinking cute.
Look at the little mushrooms. It's got mushrooms, it's got peppers, it's got cheese.
And this is the tag. It's not that it's anything special. It's just made in the USA. The brand is Dressy Tessie. But I love it. Oh, Jody, I don't know, Jody. We may have to talk about this. This one is I'm in love with this sweater. I'm in love with it. It's a dress. So on me, I'm 5'5". It comes below my knees. Yeah. So Jody, this would just be a little short on you. Because you're so damn tall.
It's ridiculous.
But seriously,
look at the little mushrooms.
I know, right?
Wait, look at the little,
and it has shoulder pads too, right?
Look at the little peppers.
It's fun. So that's my favorite thing that I bought today. When I was rage digging in the bins after I, yelled back at Grumpy Pants that works at
and you were yelling while you're not yelling, but you were kind of
F-bombing,
moderately quietly ranting next to me, and then you angrily picked this up out of the bins and looked at it, and I don't know,
threw it over my shoulder because
you're like, I'm taking this.
This is just a Scottish kilt, but it is new. It's new with tags, and the brand is DSS Kilts. It's not vintage. It's just a brand that makes certain kilts with certain this is like Black Watch plaid is the tartan plaid on it, and it has the tag on it, and it should sell for about $75. I grabbed that for like $4 today, so I like that one.
Yeah, Tommy, there's no way that sweater is getting added to the whatnot show today.
Oh God, no.
That's like she's planning on selling that for like at least
probably 200. Yeah. So like I can't put that in whatnot. I'm sorry. There's no way. I don't have enough traction on whatnot, and I'm not selling it for $10. Even if I paid $3. It's not happening. So this is just a Fulton Street vintage Hawaiian shirt. Nothing super spectacular. I just thought it was a really great pattern. Like the toucans on it, and it's cotton. It's not polyester. So that's actually a pretty nice one.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
And then this is the jacket. If Michelle's in the chat, yes, she is in the chat. This made me think of you, Michelle, because you are so bright and colorful. You and Jody both remind me of these bright and colorful butterflies but Jody is like bright Barbie colors from like 80s Barbie or like Gem. And Michelle is like this vintage, like 60s hippie colorful stuff. And I for some reason, you both stick in my head when I find or see certain things. I can picture either one of you wearing them. And this is the one that made me think of Michelle, even though it's actually 80s or 90s, not 60s. This is the jacket.
That's ridiculous.
It's a jacket that is all these little cut fringe pieces in like patchwork and bright colors. And like, I don't honestly know who would wear it. It's huge.
I was like, is that some sort of like freak ghillie suit made for being in a tropical forest?
It looks like a ghillie suit.
Only with tropical colors.
But with like bright colors and patterns all over it instead of it being like
you're hiding in the
like
bushes.
Camouflage. So the brand is something Trio by Patricia Herman, Hermann. So I mean it's probably not going to be $1 million item, but I think I'm going to list it for at least 100. And it's really big. So like you'd have to belt it. You'd have to, I mean, I don't know. You'd have to belt it. It's like, I don't know what size it is.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's no size listed on it, but it's quite large. Like this could fit anywhere from, I don't know, a size, small all the way up to probably a 2 to 3X. It's really big.
Bizarre.
Jody says higher. Yeah, so I don't know. That's my fun stuff that I found. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, see, Michelle says it's a ghillie suit from my world.
Yes. Susie says that is awful. It's true. It's true. I mean, it's so awful. It's great. I don't even know, but
I love it. I don't know. If I saw someone wearing that, I'd be like, that's amazing. Maybe I would never wear it, but
right.
By the way, speaking of people wearing those things, we went to the bins today and there was a woman there. It was like she had gone out clubbing all night because she was wearing like her dress was like a clubbing dress, but like it was so bedazzled with.
Oh, she was full on rhinestones, like she had just
full rhinestone dress
and heels. Like she had just walked out of a Vegas nightclub at 4 a.m. with her stumbling in her kitten heels,
and then decided to go into the Goodwill bins. I was like, "What is happening right now? I don't even understand what is happening." And then Vikki comes over and she was like, "Do you feel underdressed?" And I'm like, yeah, a little bit. I'm super embarrassed that I didn't dress up for.
Y'all don't get dressed. Wait, y'all don't get dressed
up at the bins. Yeah, it basically was like that's what I was thinking too. Walk of shame.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Like she was like walking home and
she was young.
Yeah,
she was young. She was like in her 20s.
She was by herself, so it wasn't like a gag or anything like that.
Pushing a cart and everything. I was
like, yeah, and she said something to Vikki like, I didn't even know this was over here. So she clearly like was not going out in that dress planning to go to the bins. It was like she was near it and saw it was there and decided to go in. But it was amazing.
She needed stuff to sell and whatnot. Listen, she either walked across the street from the Silverton Casino, which the hotel's not open, by the way. So she was either partying at the casino all night, or she walked across the parking lot from the Lot Lizard area, which happens to be right near.
But I mean, I'm sorry, that was not a Lot Lizard outfit.
Sonny, you do need to level up your bins game. She was a little too young and pretty and clean for a Lot Lizard.
That was, well, and if you're for anyone, whatever, if you're a Lot Lizard, all I'm saying is you're at truck stops. You want to blend in. You're not like
she was not blending.
You're not wearing. You're not wearing like a freaking club.
Oh, girl, you blend. She did not blend.
No, you wouldn't do that at the truck stop. So it was funny. Mikey's showing us the Lot Lizards in the chat. I don't know where that name came from. I'm sure it's a terrible thing to say.
It just all right, are you done?
I know what it means.
I know what it means. Parking lots.
I know what it means. I'm talking about where it comes from. What do you have anything else?
No, that's it. I'm done.
All right. What time is it?
We are doing a Whatnot show again. My next Whatnot show is going to be at 4:30. So in another hour and 20 minutes, come join us. We're going to give you an hour break after Katy finishes. We're going to give you an hour break because I have to pee.
Come hang out with us, guys.
Come hang out with us. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Okay, so first I'm just going to show you some of the stuff I found at the bins the last couple of days to sell on my selling platforms, and then I'm going to show you kind of a sampling of some of the t-shirts I'm going to have in my Tuesday Whatnot show, mostly all of which that I picked up at the bins as well.
Yeah, Noelle, she has one up on you. It was on correctly. It was not backwards or inside out.
That's true. Hey, she looked good. Her outfit was amazing. It was stunning.
It was a gorgeous dress.
But it was at the bins, okay?
And so it looked great on her. She was just a little out of place. I mean,
it's like somebody shows up at the bins in like a full-on wedding dress. It was just like, what's happening here? Anyway, found this one today. Actually, Vikki was on the other side and she was like telling me to grab this. And so I picked it up and she was like, I don't want it. So nothing crazy, but I mean, less than $1 to buy this. It's just a 1998 Run to the Sun Memorial Day run, 6 mile run. So, I can sell this I'll probably sell it for like $30 is what it'll end up being. I grabbed this. It's just a Lacoste polo shirt, but I like the colors, the stripes.
It's a nice colorway.
Yeah. So again,
$30.
Paying $1 for it. I can definitely sell it. Probably list it. My listings pricing for this would be $49.99. It goes on sale for $35.99, and I'd sell it for like $30. So again, nothing crazy.
Okay. So Susie had to look up Lot Lizard. So origin of Lot Lizard, the term was invented by Christopher Eckhart, the self-proclaimed minister of filth. Oh, geez. Okay, then.
Yeah.
Did I see what she was picking up? Just clothing, like normal clothing. I don't know.
Yeah. She seemed completely normal other than the fact that she was wearing.
Tommy said my limo driver normally drops me at the bins. What's the issue? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. She was conversational. She was friendly. She did not look like she was like drunk or on drugs or anything like that.
Not at all.
Hungover, crazy. She didn't have like the raccoon eye makeup or anything.
I mean, you got to hand her the confidence to her. Like she went to a place like that, like dressed like that, and seemed to have no issue. Like obviously people were looking at her like.
I kept doing the side eye like. What is everybody else seeing what she's doing? Like, why is she looking
this is based on the tag. I'd say it's probably 90s because it just says XL. It doesn't have like the numbers, but it's just like a Henley t-shirt. It's nothing crazy. This one says Anaheim, and then the back says Anaheim Memorial Medical Center. So like I wouldn't have bought this for $5, but again, less than $1. I probably can get $30 for it. And here is one that Vikki picked up, and she asked me if I wanted this. This is I'm assuming this is 90s based on the tags and stuff. It's in really good condition. I don't even think it's been
This worn. Feels like dead stock.
Yeah, it says Championship Sports, ABC Sports.
Has an ABC Sports tag.
Yep.
Feels like an early 90s kind of thing.
Yeah, so probably 90s. Not made in the US, but not everything is made in the US. That's from the 90s. This is made in India. But this the ABC tag on it. So yeah, again, $1. Probably this one I'll probably list, so it's like $48.99 on sale.
Yeah,
it turns out for $40.
Tommy says he takes the Learjet to the Paris bins. I mean, I'd like to go to the bins in Paris. Is there such a thing? There should be. If there isn't.
I got this today. I don't know if this would be big money or anything. I actually looked for comps on this and couldn't find anything. This is Auction Snowboards. So this is a snowboarding company. Their boards are it's so crazy what the color does, what the camera does with the colors.
It's kind of like a mustard yellow. It looks bright orange.
More accurate. But you can see the Hanes tag. This is a 90s, late 90s tag. Hanes. So this company, these boards are still made, but I think they were bought out by like another, kind of got swallowed up by another company. It's a Canadian snowboarding company. So I mean, snowboarding stuff can do well. I really don't know. Like I couldn't find anything. So that either bodes well or not well. It could be that I could sell it for $100, pretty basic shirt, but there's people who are pretty nostalgic about back in the day when they were big snowboarders in the 90s,
We can have some brie at the bins. I don't know. That seems kind of messy, Tommy.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't want to eat anything if I'm anywhere near the bins. That's too weird.
This is kind of fun, not vintage, but this is another hoodie. This is a Vans Peanuts collab from 2017. You can see the tag right there. It's just a basic black hoodie, but it's got, if you look up close, it's got.
Did I grab that for you?
No, you did not.
It's got grabbed it and left it behind.
Poor little Charlie Brown broken skateboard says good grief. I've looked this up. This actually has a decent sell through. It could sell used for like $50. I do see people have sold it for like way too cheap and have ones listed for like $15. But there are multiple comps of it selling for like $50 pre-owned, like recently. So I think some people just sell it for way too cheap, but
because they're thinking they probably just looked up Vans or something.
And then also I got, so last week we had mentioned that when we were at the night market, we saw Jennifer Allen, she was a reseller here in Vegas, but she has pretty much completely quit reselling to focus on her baking business, which is called
bakery stuff.
Baked and Glazed, I believe is the name of her company. She doesn't have like a storefront. She does like a lot of pop-ups. We were actually looking to see if she was at the thing we were at yesterday with here. Because I was really hoping to get some of that cherry crumble that she makes.
I know her stuff is really good.
But when we saw her the other day, she was like, "Hey," she said to me, "I have a bunch of vintage T-shirts. You can just have them. I'll bring them to you." And so she actually kind of dropped off this giant bag of stuff. And so I got a bunch of really, cool T-shirts. So I very much appreciate that. I don't know that she actually watches this anymore, but I'll still give her a shout out here, and of course, thank her myself. But just like a lot of sports stuff. So it's Green Bay Packers, Got Super Bowl t-shirt from the 90s. I really like this. This is an Umbro shirt, which is soccer, but I like the graphic.
That's a cool graphic.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
So all of these are like $40 t-shirts, basically.
Yeah,
bread and butter type of
good
things.
bread and butter
and free. Let's be. I mean, she just gave them to you, which was really nice.
This is the same as the one that I got from
Jen Goodell.
I think.
You sold it before.
I sold it at my Halloween whatnot show. So this is like Y2K within the last like 10, 15 years. But it's a fun little Peanuts Halloween shirt.
It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yep. This is a New York Yankees? New York Yankees starter t-shirt from
Jesse could have worn that at his Yankees
I know,
game,
right?
1996. That's a good one. Yeah, that's not a $40 one.
Yeah, that one I'll probably put. And then it says the Suicide Table, Nevada, Virginia City. I don't know, but it's dated 1985.
I don't know what that means.
Stock. I don't know. It's real crisp. It's pretty cool.
It has like saloons and a train, and it's supposed to look like the old Wild Wild West there.
Yeah, it's interesting. So anyways, that's just like a little sampling of the stuff that she gave me. So very much appreciate that.
It's really nice.
Yeah, and then when we were there on Tuesday, I had only gotten like a couple of good like vintage tees, and so this is one of them. This is a Rivera twosome. It's like a race at Central Park in New York, like a 2-mile race. So just a little racing shirt, and then I'm sure these came from the same person. This is from the 80s, 1989. This is a Central Park Hot Chocolate Fun Run 5K. I love the graphic on this. That's cute. It's a little baseball tee.
You know, I love me a baseball tee.
It's true. And then this, I think this is actually vintage. It's got the paper tag on it in the USA.
That looks vintage.
But it is ridiculous.
It really is.
Look at it.
It looks like it's trying to be Versace.
Yep. Well, the brand is like this Domino Luxe. It's definitely trying to be a luxury brand.
It looks like Versace ripoff.
Yeah.
It's hideous.
But I love it.
But someone will wear it.
Fantastic. I think it's fantastic. Okay, then today I didn't get a whole lot of crazy stuff, but I got a lot of good like bread and butter just graphic tees, hopefully for my whatnot show. But a couple of interesting things I did pick up. This t-shirt, first of all, so I saw it and I was just like, oh, that's a really big, colorful graphic. Like, what is that? And it says Vegoose, which I don't know what that is. Vegoose Music, Masks, Madness, 2005.
Maybe it's like sponsored by Vegoose.
I don't know. So I'm like, obviously I got to look it up. So I'm like, oh, that looks interesting. It's then I turn and it says, what happens in Vegoose stays in Vegoose. So then I turn it around and I look at the back and I see the list of all the bands and I'm like, holy shit, this is really cool. I mean, I don't know yet if it's
Dave Matthews, Trey Anastasio, Primus, Ryan Adams. Let's see, Dean. I'm trying to see.
It's got String Cheese Incident, which is Fish.
Widespread Panic.
Jeff Johnson, Beck, Flaming Lips. Fleeter Kinney. I'm sure I can almost guarantee that Sandra's probably knows Fleeter Kinney.
It does almost look airbrushed in the front. Yeah.
Decemberists.
Those are your friends.
Yeah. Well, the drummer. I'm friends with the drummer. Anyway, just really freaking cool shirt. No idea. Obviously, I haven't looked it up or anything like that yet. 2005. Like, yeah, what an interesting.
Vegas was an annual Halloween music and arts festival. It took place in 2005, 2006, 2007 in Vegas. Thank you, Susie, she's our Wikipedia for the day. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
I think it's pretty cool. I see October 20th, 2005. So I don't know. I just think that's really cool, and what an interesting like kind of mixture of artists.
What a lineup!
And I don't know, like, are there even any of these out there? Like, I have no idea what kind of value.
I don't know. We just got it a couple hours ago, so none of this stuff's been looked up.
Yeah, no. And then the last thing is this hoodie that I picked up. Now I don't really know streetwear brands very well. Like, there's like like Supreme and
current
streetwear brands. But there's like a lot of them out there, and I'm not really like super familiar with them. I just know like the couple of ones that are out there. So I picked up this hoodie, and I just kind of was like, that's a cool graphic on the back of it.
It's nicely made. It's an aesthetic one.
Yeah, it's got a cool graphic on the back of it, and then like on the front it just says suspicious. And I'm like, I don't really know what that is, but I have a feeling maybe that's like some kind of streetwear brand, and maybe it's something I should look up. So I grabbed it and I put it in the cart, and then like later on when there's nothing going on, I went through and I was looking through everything to see if I wanted to keep everything. And it says the tag on it says suspicious Antwerp is what the tag says.
So for those of you that don't know, and that was both of us.
So I looked it up and I'm like, oh, it is a streetwear brand. And I saw like, they do like limited drops of stuff and things. And I looked up like the sweatshirt and they definitely have stuff that sells for a lot. And I saw like looking at comps of this brand new, there were ones that sold for like 200, 150 and stuff like that. So I feel like I should be able to list this for like 100 and hopefully get like 75 plus for it. But that was just basically me just being like, well, this looks like kind of a cool hoodie.
It's kind of how I buy everything.
Yeah.
So, hey, this looks pretty cool. Yeah. I can see someone wearing this. I'm going to buy it.
Yeah. So that was like one of my really good buys.
That's the method of my entire sourcing. Indeed.
All right. So we've got a little bit of time left. I'm just going to show you quickly some of the little stack here. Some of the stuff that I'm going to have in my show. I'm going to have like 50 items in my Whatnot show on Tuesday. We're going to see how it goes. Almost everything here was picked up at the bins. So pretty much everything costs like $1 or less. I'm going to do $2 starts and just see what happens. I'm hoping it goes well. I mean, it would be cool if like I could do this like once a week and just go to the bins. And I'm always going to find like the higher value stuff. But there's so much of this good stuff that just looks cool, like cool shirts. That it would be great to be able to sustainably,
right? Because the guys don't pick these up. There's no use.
They pick up some of them, but not a lot. Yeah, I know Jesse picks them up. And the other thing is, I said in the video that I put out on Tuesday. I was talking to Jesse and he was like, yeah, if any of them don't sell and you do whatnot, I'll give you $1 credit for them in the store. So that's great because if I'm paying like about $1 or less and I can at least get credit in his shop if it doesn't sell, I'm not stuck with a bunch of inventory I don't know what to do with. Anyway, so I had shown this like last week or the week before. I couldn't resist picking and stuff at the bins, but the reality is I haven't even looked it up, but it's not vintage. It's like a crop top sweatshirt. Somebody's just a cute girls, but I don't want to take the time to like list it online and not make very much money on it. So I'm like, well, put it in there. I got a lot of like fun horror tees. Like
that one was from my drawer. That was my shirt.
Vikki gave me this one.
I cleaned out my t-shirt drawer.
Yeah, this is also from Vikki.
Also from my
t-shirt. I think I had given it to her, but Fahrenheit 451. And then
and do I sit in the background to do the IT stuff?
No, I do it all by myself.
Katy would not want me doing any of her IT stuff.
I keep her out of the room.
Yeah, no, nobody. That came from my drawer too.
Yeah, I had also given this to her at some point. I don't remember where I got it.
I don't know. I never wore it.
All right, so now here, this I got on Tuesday. This is a really cute Sesame Street long sleeve T-shirt. All the characters on the back. Look how cute they are.
It even has Barkley.
I know. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, oh, Barkley on it. I got Ice Cube, like a cool wrap tee.
A bunch of these I'm finding for her because they're so easy.
Well, yeah, I told her, I'm like, can you just grab?
I grabbed the Ice Cube one. I grabbed this
cool
one.
Graphic T-shirts. Selena. So Selena's super popular in streetwear. The vintage ones go for a ton. There's plenty of guys who cannot afford to buy the full on.
I'm surprised you're not keeping that one. Oh, because it's short. I got you that one too. You wouldn't wear a crop top.
Out of control. It's a crop top. I've got this.
All right, go. You need to go to dinner. Go have your birthday dinner. Go enjoy the rest of your birthday. Yep. Thanks for coming and spending some of it with us. We'll see you on Wednesday. Angel.
Yep. It's super cute. Friday the 13th.
I love Friday.
Horror T-shirt. I don't think you saw this one. This one's super filthy, and I was able to wash it and get it cleaned. Child's Play. Apparently, Chucky will pray for you. I don't know why. I found this. This was a great find at the bins.
I found that.
Oh, you did find this. This is another crop top hoodie, but it's ramen noodle one. Cute. This is like a.
I don't know what that is.
Spirited Away it was a cartoon movie, kind of like manga.
Oh,
animation thing.
Anime.
Yeah. I have a couple of Space Jam shirts. This one, I have the black one. I have a couple of Simpsons shirts. This is a fun one. It's
Krusty the Clown.
Spray painting Krusty the Clown. Running away on the front. I got a lot of cool band tees, like a nice Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And again, all of these are like repros. They're current, nothing vintage.
Yeah,
they're just fun.
Yeah. Rolling Stones.
That was cool.
Yep.
I
He
might
found
wear
me
that
this
one.
one today. But Vikki found me this one today. The neck is cut. But it's a Whitney Houston. I will always love you. This is one of my favorites I found today.
Oh, sorry.
Whoa.
I thought this was
Settle
singing
down.
version.
This is a not vintage liquid blue t-shirt that is awesome. It's a Jimi Hendrix t-shirt. So it's very, very cool. So I'm gonna have all these and like 35 more on my show Tuesday, which the link is down below. I'm gonna do $2 shirts, guys. So if you want any of those, and I'll have them all loaded up probably by the end of the day tomorrow, so you can see like all the rest.
And you can
them.
put pre-bids in that way if you want to. If you can't watch the show itself.
Yeah. Anyway, look at that, $325.
See, Sandra, and I knew she's singing with me.
Of course.
All right. So yeah, $325, and we are done. If you want to come and join us, join me. So I'm not talking to myself like the last one. Come and join my Whatnot show in an hour. The link is down below. 60s and 70s women's fashion, low starts, all different prices, $10, $15, $20. They're all really good pieces, and it's all stuff that would resell for a minimum of $50. So if you're coming in and you're looking to buy for yourself, which a lot of you guys do, I know that that's what I do on Whatnot. I buy for myself for resale. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
I'm not doing a costume change, Michelle. I don't get the patience for that. I figured I'd go with this t-shirt because it's kind of retro. It's not vintage, but it's retro. So
there you go. There you go. All right, guys, we will see you soon. And thanks for hanging out with us on this Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.